Because, boy, it sure looked like he was crying up a storm throughout the trial.
Oh, come on, Ted. You don't have to be a social scientist to see that. When you see a bunch of ums and, lip smacking and lip wetting and a lot of hard sniffs to show that he was full of deception. The jury was sitting there virtually almost on top of him, could see the whites and the reds of his eyes, and they knew that his testimony was a crock of malarkey, frankly. And they saw right through it. It was a bunch of crocodile tears. The whole thing looked staged and rehearsed.
Should he have not taken the stand, Philip?
Absolutely. However, and I've said this on prior programs, to be fair, the U.S. Supreme Court chimed in on this very issue back in 1984. The law of the land now, it's Luce, L-U-C-E, versus United States, where if a judge in a criminal case makes a ruling admitting prior bad acts or prior convictions, you cannot appeal on due process or evidentiary grounds if convicted unless you take the stand. In Luce, the argument was, well, he chose not to testify because the judge was going to allow this guy's prior drug conviction into evidence. He was on trial for all kinds of drug offenses, and he figured that the prior coming in would seal his fate and that it had a chilling effect on his constitutional right to testify in his own defense. And the court said, you still had the right, but in order for you to preserve your objection regarding the prejudicial effect of prior bad acts or non-conviction misconduct, you need to testify. Because unless and until you testify, the effect of the prior coming in is speculative. We need to see what the prejudicial impact is through your direct, through the cross-examination, through the demeanor that is articulated on the record about how you appear in front of the jury. And unless and until he did that, he could not appeal Judge Newman's ruling regarding all the financial crime stuff coming into evidence. So in my opinion, it was a calculated call. Now, on the other hand, it could also be that his lawyers didn't even think about Luce and that he's just a narcissist sociopath who wanted to take the stand and thought the whole world would just think he's lovable in the Low Country.
Right.